Give me a second. Let me try and do this. Oh, I accomplished task. Okay. Hopefully this is going to be audio sufficient. I pray that it is a success. So I am not sure if I've done a live here. So welcome to a new Temple Arts and Mystery School. It just feels very homely for me. So for those who don't know me, I am Matcha Shuov. I'm a medicine woman, a visionary artist, and many, many, many more things. I have a lot of experience in life and in this mystic world, and it's time to bring forward a bigger teaching, bigger offering. And over that there will be mini offerings and smaller things for people along the way. So I'm actually here to talk about the Somatic Exposed Witch in-person retreat that is on in January. And I have this offering at a super low offering price, mega low. Definitely won't be out there again at this price, but I have felt this deep desire to share work and to get it super accessible. Money is a big part of my teaching and intelligence of what we need in our world today as women leaders. So there's going to be a lot of that teaching in the new Temple Arts Mystery School. But what is Somatic Exposed Witch? Somatic Exposed Witch is, first of all, it's clear, somatic. So if you don't know what somatic is, it's a lot of things, and the somaticness is, for me, I think it's better for me to describe it. It's because it's a lot of things, so don't take it, this is what all it is, but this is what I'm going to bring, is learning to be an embodied feminine wisdom holder through the essence of Soma, which is a very magical aspect of connection, which is intelligent, and the somatic body and the somatic learning that we can learn is something that humans are returning to much more recent than they have been. And my work with somatic work is through somatic therapists, so like a one-to-one therapist, through body work to talk work, and then through working with horses through that way, and then through movement practice. So coming from a professional dance background, doing somatic work, or more shamanic somatic work. There's a lot of different avenues, and then when we go into voice work, that is quite a somatic experience as well. So it's really big and broad. We'll be touching on a lot of these things, as little as time that we have, but a lot of time to touch in. The retreat will be, there will be a deep space for sharing, and it's not just sharing like, hi, my name is Flower, and I am this, and I have a child, or I am single, or you can also come and share as little as that, and your presence and silence is sufficient. But it's a space to share not only experiences, but to share deeper layers of what is being exposed for you, like what is actually an exposing. And exposing isn't about being naked. It can sometimes, for people, it can be like talking about something that they never share. It can be being able to be comfortable enough to share, and this could be just the mysticism and the magicalism that you have present in your life, or you want to bring forward. And this is a deep intention of this work, is allowing women to be weird and wonderful in their expression of empowerment, and their expression of exudance, and their bliss, and their bigness, and you know, being less than that isn't really, it's fine, but like if you're already doing this work, which probably you are if you're attracted to it, or else you've been following me a while, or else you're totally new and you're just like, I love this. There is this sense now to move forward. We know this is an uprising, and my passion is to help women to really lead, like really step in, or at the very least be better women. They're already great, but remember they're great, and to be able to give themselves the space, the time, the healing, the boundaries, the consent, the liberation, the masturbation, the the bath, you know, and to be able to do the rituals and the spells, and to step more into their work, whatever that is. And that could be just looking after your kids. It could be a million things. I don't mind what your, of course I don't mind what your mission is, but often our mission is of deep service, and it could be deep service of selfishness, but there's the truth, the meaning behind that, that you understand, that you know why you're turning up and you know why you're coming forward. So the somatic exposed witch has this energy of coming together with women and working with the shadow of like sisterhood, and the woman wound of sisterhood, and the traumas we carry as women. And of course, you know, I will share many stories along the way. And yeah, there's just so much there. So like there'll be movement work, somatic movement work, there'll be celebration work, there'll be voice and chanting work, there will be sharing work, there will be food sharing, we'll have teas. What else would there be? It depends on the day. We might actually go to the nature and spend some time communing with nature, doing some plant communication, tree communication with your womb. So it's very orientated about the womb and the heart and the soul. And you know, this part of being exposed, first of all, there will be some pictures and videos taken. Of course, if you follow me for a while, like I would make sure that they are the right beautiful ones. And if you weren't consenting to that, that's also fine. You're still welcome. You're still welcome. You just need to tell me in advance. And it's not like the whole day will be filmed, it's just snippets of those things. And the other part is to kind of step out into the circle and say, you know, I am a Reiki master, or I am a massage therapist, or I am a single person with no kids. And to step out and say, you know, this is what I want. This is what I desire. Like we are moving into the longest night, shortest day in solstice. That's going to be running for a few days in this period, and we're in it already. You can feel it. And we're also in the full moon, which I can't sleep when there's a full moon. I'm also finishing my bleed. And of course, we're going to talk about some menstrual work. We're going to talk about relationships, sacred sexuality. Like it just depends on who arrives, what is present, grief, because there's always grief present, our children, and not having children. There's everything is welcome. Um, and to drop the big masking, like to be honest, people that kind of arrive to my work don't really come with a big mask anyway, so I don't really need to say it. But for those that are like, okay, I've been to a woman's place before and I just felt like it was very unauthentic or very kind of not my vibe, yeah, maybe this is your vibe. And that is definitely my work, is bringing forward the weird, wonderful, creative, artistic, totally like totally not artistic people, but they actually are in the closet, or mystic witches that are totally in the closet, and also the queer women as well. You are welcome. And it goes, for me, my rule is, if you are born in as a marked woman, which is a little so you identify as a woman, but if you were marked in as a male bodied person, that is for me, this is a very complex dynamic, so I don't want to offend anyone, but there is a good reason for me to have this rule, and I decided this for myself, that this feels the most authentic, the most safe, the most aligned. And so if you do fall under the queer folk and you do feel like, yeah, I do want to come, and that's a little bit like unsure, it's like I definitely support that. um and your voice, because I am one of those people, but your voice is also welcome, because we need diversity in circle. We don't need all types of one person. We need diversity to learn from each other, to respect, to honor, to understand, to know the new language. It is constantly, and it's the same with people of color. You are welcome. I am a typical white privileged woman. I am sorry. I can't change who I am. But what I am doing is I am making things as accessible and inviting. And I've done a lot of language work with that. Yeah. Um, so any questions, just ask me. Um, this is an introduction to what can be coming in the kind of mystery school. So whether it's like the voice work or the movement work or anything else that will be in there, because there'll be some things that won't be talked about here. We will, it will be, trying to trying to allow yourself to step into the edges of the, oh, this is a bit edgy for me. And then also the really nice comforting parts of just resting, and yeah, the shamanic journey. You can go as deep as you want to go. And my work goes very deep. The conversation can be very wide. And yeah, and to invite actually the entheogenic, so the master plant space, if there are things that you've worked with and you feel like you can't really speak about them in public, that's also a space that we can talk about, and invite in. The language is open. This container will be intentionally closed, so your information is kept with inside. And if you notice that I don't share, if I have a testimonial from someone, then of course I share those, but my work is very, very strong with the containers that I work with over the years. And that's why I'm actually telling you in advance. There is photos, like most people won't tell you, they just take them. It just never feels right for me, except for my public ones. Those events are ones that I have photos, and it's a public space. Yeah, anyone can see anyone who's there, so it's already a kind of neutral ground. Yeah. So my friends, my women, my womans, the early bird, I have no clue when that closes. I have loads of events, so just in case you haven't checked them out already, there is loads of events. We have one ticket, I think, for the sound healing this weekend, ancestral sound healing. Powerful space, 2.5 hours. That workshop will likely not be up or open. I don't know when, like there's no foreseen future of that. So it's not, we don't run these short events regularly. They're just kind of impromptu. There's the New Year's retreat, which will be divine. Again, women and all genders are welcome, the men bodies as well. So same with the ancestral sound healing. So obviously if Lucas is leading with me, then it's automatically everyone's welcome. And then we have the Ode to Tara, that's on the 20th, and then on the 21st, winter solstice. So it's a busy time for me. So that's 4 events. And then we have a women's only online Nullig Naban. And it's Little Women's Christmas for those who are not Irish. It's not something that I want to focus on the tradition in some ways, but it's the reason to celebrate women. We'll have a party. I will be holding the space and facilitating, but it's not an intentional deep healing space or a retreat. And that's why it's a donation base, just to kind of to pay in and come and sit into the energy, commit, and close the container. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's very networking, community fun. So invite your friends. Starts at €11 for 2 hours. We might go on for a bit longer depending how many of us are there. It'll be very dress up, have fun. Yeah, we'll do some nice things. We'll share things with each other, very, very sharing orientated, and then some nice things to do together as well. And bring your favorite non-alcoholic beverages and all that jazz. And yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to just having the glam time. And you can come in your PJs. That'll be just fun if you love your PJs as well. And it starts €11 up to €33 donation. So far, that is what I have publicly on offer, but on the new year, I am offering a very, very, very juicy online 6 to 8 week program. It's going to be all about women pleasure. We're talking working on the Kundalini, of course, the somatic, I suppose, which is working on the Kundalini. Everything's working on the Kundalini. Like, that is what we're working on, of course, our life force energy and bliss. But like, this will be a little bit more intentional about the practices with the womb, with the yoni, with the breasts, with the body, with the mind, and all the lovely space to just be in the privacy of your own home. So you can explore a bit deeper, a lot of deeper sharing, deep little container within us, that will not be a big group. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I'll be launching that in the next weeks when I have some time to get it out there. But if you get in touch with me and you're like, I really want to do this, you can pick the days. I love that. So if you're like, I'm only free on Mondays, and of course, if I'm not free, then, we're not going to do it. Mondays actually is not going to happen. But so just tell me, and then I can try to adhere to you. I love serving my community, and if I can't do it this time, I can try and do it the next time for you. Much love. My little practice for you today in this Christmas chaos. It was absolutely freezing today. Absolutely freezing. So I did a podcast this morning with my friend. There's a lot of stuff coming out. So if you follow my podcast, we have a new page. Woo! I have a new page. He has his own page. But the card I pulled for our podcast this morning, and it's going to be the card of my day, is imminent change. Life force, rebuilding. Number 7 is like my number. Look at that. And the eagle, which is also not because the eagle is majestic and one of my power animals. I'm working with power animals and as a shamanic practitioner for, I don't know, decades now. But the eagle is very clear connector for me over the years. They all are. All the animals are. So my friends, I will leave you. I have a rose quartz here. A big little box of crystals, and that was one I pulled out. So yeah, full moon, charge your crystals, put them outside. Charge anything, charge your house, charge yourself, get outside. I love doing outside moon dancing in the evenings. It's just such a special time. And yeah, it's a little challenge, like outside moon dancing, outside barefoot walking, even if it's only for 2 minutes, is so good for you. Okay, much love, everyone. I am actually going to spend my time outside for the rest of the evening. And yeah, blessings. Aho, Shine, Gra.